Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It is episode 40 for our final Prison Architect season. And you know what? 40 is that nice round number. We like to aim for nice round numbers sometimes. So I think today's video is going to be, it's going to take place, recording's going to take place over many, many days for me. And it is going to be our finale. This is our finale for this Prison Architect run. And as far as my channel goes, this is the finale for Prison Architect. As far as prison builds, I have been asked if I'm still if I may do a gang war thing. We used to do that way back in the day. I'm not gonna rule that out, but as far as like full-on prisons from start to finish, I'm done with Prison Architect. I will pick it up again with Prison Architect 2 if that ever comes out. Okay. So in this video, we're going to have to cover quite a few goals. I don't know if we're going to get all of them. I mean, if you think about it, like, if he doesn't hit all of his goals that he had in the beginning, then it's a failure. Well, we're going to fail. I mean, that's just the way that goes, because we are not going to get this to 10%. It's not going to happen. Now, the ones I paroled early are way down to 3%. So, I mean, you could be like, hey, how about we take the average? Okay, we could. I think I'm still over 10%, but maybe, you know, we have 804 prisoners been released. 432 of those have been released early, and they've only reoffended 3%. So, I mean, you know, I think I've done pretty good there. My prison's value is over $2 million. There you go. We need to get health to 0. That part's, I'm struggling to get that health up to 0. It's just not ticking up. So I need to focus a little bit more on drug addiction and things like that. I'll definitely need to do that. And then also we are way behind on money here today too. We're gonna get 10 grand because John Merwood is gonna, well, John Merwood's not gonna live to see tomorrow. His time has come for Mr. Merwood to face the consequences for his actions. Okay. And then we're gonna, you know, sell some power and stuff too. Now, the other thing I needed to do, right, is I needed to have over $1 million. What was it? Or no, it was 200,000. I forget. I will put the real number on the screen right here, and then you know, throughout the course of this recording, I'll make sure that I hit that correctly. But I need to have my money up to a certain amount. We have no loans, and we own 100% of our prison. All right, so all of that is good as far as all of the requirements for the goal. And then the last requirement for the goal is the capacity to hold 200 prisoners. And then I'm going to intake that many so that we have that many. But we should see up here at least a 700 capacity. And then a little bit more because protective custody and death row and, you know, Supermax was not part of the equation. So we should have 700 at least from having 200 capacity in minimum, medium, and maximum. And then 100 capacity in criminally insane. And then I want to intake the amount of prisoners necessary to actually have that many in the prison before I end as well. I will be turning over the save file to you. You'll see it in the description of this video, and you guys can pick up where I left off and do whatever you want with it. It's at this point, it belongs to the community at that point. Okay, so with that being said, it is time for everyone to go to sleep, and indeed they are. And we still have some people kicking off, but I think for the most part, we've got everybody in their bunks. At least I thought we did. Everybody here, I think, it's very strange that these guys are not moving towards, like, he's not in handcuffs. These guys are not in cuffs. I don't know what they're doing, actually, but they should be in bed right now. And they're just chilling here. They have a lot of needs, and they're just here. That's very strange. That's very strange. Do they not have any cells? I mean, that can't happen. I mean, I do have some I do have some segregation with the cells. So if I take a look, we'll see this right here is not, this isn't how this is supposed to be either. So maximum security is definitely, that's definitely supposed to be the case there. And then we have these cells, which are almost done. They just need to wrap up like a few extra things. They're bringing in the beds and the drains and all those things. We're going to get those cells in today too. It's possible that they just don't have a cell because it's all reserved for gangs only, but we'll see what happens with, I mean, I just marked extra bunks, so they really should be going to bed. Get in the cell. Somebody take him. Somebody take these people to their cells. Escort to dormitory. Yeah, no shit. I don't know what's going on with Prison Architect now. It's a game that's bugged and it will never get fixed. That's pretty much how that's going, you know? Okay, we're getting 11 new medium security, and then I think there's one more death row coming in, but with that being done, I believe it is time. Is it? I think it is time. We shall flip the switch, and we shall proceed with his execution. So we will go Merwood and schedule. Yeah, and I need an execution room. Yeah. So the room is not actually labeled as the execution room yet. So here we go. Okay. And it will go ahead and become valid for me, please. No? There it goes. Okay. And here we go. Prison-wide lockdown is in effect. And we can go ahead and test the facility, make sure it can handle the load that we're going to give it. We're 97% locked down. I think there's a few people that are still... There we go. Assemble execution detail. So that's where we get our chief of security and all these other people here together. And then we need to escort the witnesses into the facility as well. You have so many people just like trying to get through, but can't. I mean, the lockdown doesn't seem to be a true lockdown because a lot of these doors still open during this process. So it's really just about keeping everybody locked in their cells and they can't get out. And then, you know, you get things like this happening. Oh, Duncan Dumber. There he is. It's Duncan. Hey, it's the original Duncan we saw earlier. Duncan Dumber. All right, Chief of Security is arriving as he's eating on the way because, oh, he's teaching disarming certification, I guess, right now. Escort prisoner to the facility, please. The warden apparently can't open the door. I'll take care of that for you. Yep, let's go. Get in there. There we are. Merwood, take your seat. He's going to continue teaching disarming certification while this whole thing is going on. Okay. At 2020. And that's it. Witnesses are dismissed. The execution of John Merwood has happened. Final report. The mandate execution of John Merwood was carried out in 2020 as scheduled by electric chair in the presence of witnesses. A standard compensation of $10,000 is awarded to the institution for their part in the process. There we go. And we have $16,000 in the bank now. Okay. And I think intake-wise, I think we... No, we did not get another one. I thought we were going to get another death row inmate. We did not get another death row inmate. All right, but we making good cash. We just have to stop spending it. And so, like, I'm constantly spending money, right? As soon as it comes in, I'm just always spending it. But that's going to start changing as soon as our constructions are mostly done and all the prison cells are in, and you know we're not building any foundation, we're not building any new pipes or anything like that. At that point, you know there isn't, there's nothing super expensive to be spending money on all the time. Other than repairs. I mean, we'll be spending money on repairs and possibly on replacing staff. I may have to pay people more. Right, staff morale has to be 100%, doesn't it? In order to satisfy this. I may have to pay them more. I think I'm going to go in and pay them more. So if I go in and pay raise 10%. Yikes. I raise everyone's rate. Everyone's wages are up 10% now. And morale will go way up because now they feel appreciated. Like, you guys have been dealing with a lot of crap. So, you know, morale goes up now. And we can get it up to 100%. That'll satisfy that as well. Just means I'm making less money every day, but we have a pretty good surplus. You know, assuming this number holds consistent every day, we have a pretty good surplus there. And I can afford an extra $5,000 a day just to make sure everybody is really firmly happy and morale is high. It's been a day, actually almost 2 days. And Larry Lawton in here still trying to get these guys to stop acting up. Still trying to have that happen. All of the cells in the maximum wing are completed. They're all built out. I had to add an extra water boiler here because I couldn't get the hot water to reaching where it needed to go. But now all the water is hooked up and it reaches where it needs to go with additional, distance here to cover these cells here once we build them. So at the moment, our capacity in maximum is 180 prisoners. So I have 20 more capacity to go. And that equals 10 more cells. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 here. I can have a 9th right here. And then this could be 10, or I could just have 8, or I could just have 9, 10 like that. And then these are additional rooms here that I had planned to use at some point, probably to help with drug addiction is what I'd like to start getting going on here. I need to start working on that health thing to see if I can fix that. So maybe I'll add a few extra beds in here to help with that, just to give them extra capacity for that class if I can, because maximum security tends to also have a bit of a drug problem. And then over here the workmen are getting on it right now, trying to get all these cells going so that we have all this area. I don't know how I feel about how I've done these cells. I kind of don't like how it's turned out here. Like with these being staggered from this row, I feel like it should have been all the way over. But I think what I was looking at here is I wanted the possibility to extend out this way and use this space. And I was going to have a harder time doing that if these cells were crowding it. So I just kind of decided to nest them in a little bit. Plus, I didn't need this really big, wide walkway on this side either. Although this is pretty narrow right there. So ultimately, I don't like how I've done that, but it's already built. I'm not going to rebuild it. It's just going to be the way it is. And it'll be one of those little quirks in the prison kind of thing. We're up to $42,000 now. Yeah, making money and keeping it is going to become very easy at this point. As soon as we, I'm going to be bringing prisoners in very soon here, but yeah, there's not much left to build. So that's the huge expense we get over and over again, is just building. And then for the programs, I believe, grants. Sorry, for the grants, I can go at and get this is available again in 51 more hours. I can go ahead and get overproduction going again too, but I have no more grants to do. So just kind of checking in, let you know if things are working, we're getting money and we're building things. All right. That's kind of the reason why, the series ends where it ends, right? When I evaluate something, it's like, is the goal done? Well, no. Is the content still engaging? Well, no. It's all about opinions, right? And that's where I start wrapping it up, is when I can't come up with what to do next other than watch it and what's happening and let's take a look at these numbers and how are things happening over here. As soon as that happens and my creativity is sort of limited from that point on, that's when I start looking at wrapping things up. It typically is how that goes. This thing looks like it needs some power. It does indeed. I'm gonna do power there because I probably need, with the door right here, I most likely will want metal detectors through here as well. So I think we'll have some metal detectors. Yeah, we'll put them on the inside is fine. We'll put them right there. And that will have them as they come through this large jail door that's coming through here. And then I don't have the servo, but I should. So we'll put a servo there too. All right, well, I'll see you guys in a second. This is working really well though, by the way. This gang goes up this side, the other gang goes the other side. And when they meet in the middle, they sometimes fight right here, in the choke points and stuff, but the really wide hallways is working. I'm not sure why they're all coming down here instead of going through this door. I can't quite understand that part. The whole point of separating them was that they come in the different doors, and they just aren't doing that. So I'm not sure what's causing that. Everything is good with deployments. Perhaps it's because this is a shared hallway But like the whole thing is a shared hallway anyway, so that can't be it. The whole canteen is a shared canteen, so that can't be it. Maybe it's because it's like, it seems white right here, like almost like it's, hey, it's a shared space, so we prefer it sort of thing. I'm not entirely, I don't know what's going on there, but if I take and go mid-max and go like this, maybe that'll change their tone because this is also the same, so I don't know. There is an empty room here, right? That's just to help segregate it so that the minimum security people don't come up this way. But it's just kind of like it shouldn't be like this. I don't know. It's weird. So they're not using this door. They're all using the same door anyway. I'm really buckling down on Contraband because they've just been bringing so much of it in. We found 565 items. 66 items in the last 7 days. That's, I think, a lot of stuff to find, and there's probably a lot more in there, but we've been doing regular shakedowns, lots of just metal detectors everywhere, of course, but just, you know, putting dogs in different places and stuff. I've been finding a lot of stuff, but I think we still have a ways to go. So I went back and looked at my challenge criteria, so you don't have to go back and look at it, I guess. And the goal is to have 200,000 in the bank. So that's the requirement, and my prison needs to be worth at least $2 million, which we have done that. It is worth 2.1 at the moment, just over 2 million. Of course, the valuation goes down if we get a lot of deaths and escapes and stuff. That valuation goes down, so it's already being hit by $100,000 for that. So we still have to keep things stable, but right now that criteria is met, and we'll probably get the dollar value, the bank balance criteria, probably met in the next 4 or 5 in-game days. We have had that done. I'm still working on these. These are all done and they're set up and ready to go. The plumbing and stuff had to be rerouted and stuff. I've also opened this hallway up. It was a staff-only corridor, and now it's, you know, the edge of these cells. So we have regular prisoners going to be using this, or going to be using this. And then these guys, I've decided they're going to use this canteen. So we're going to have you know, this is going to sort of be a shared canteen in that sense. I don't know whether that actually works with criminally insane. It may not. And if that's the case and it doesn't work, then what I'll do instead is I'll turn this area right here into a canteen. And then these, you know, small amount of prisoners that there are, they could use this. Or alternatively, I can simply move these snipers yet again and turn this into a little canteen area too. So there's options there. I'm not really going to worry about it. In fact, that's one of those things I think where I'll turn it over, turn the save file over, and if you guys want to do it, then you could do it, kind of thing. I don't need to have that particular problem solved. It's a pretty small problem. It's very easy to solve. But all of the cells, not the plumbing. There's a little bit of plumbing left to do, it looks like. A little wall down here. But all of the cells for maximum are done. We have a capacity of 202 with these ones here being added as well. So we have these 2 up here and then these extra 2 that are right down here. So just a little extra capacity for people who are like maybe in medium and they get upgraded, right? I need to be able to do that. I was also considering having a maximum security holding cell right here. And that could be something where if people get upgraded for murder or some mass violence or something, they at least have some place to go. So I was looking at that as well. I'm going to need probably things that help them with health, which, you know, I kind of want to have more programs that go with that as far as the infirmary goes. I actually think probably with this being the only door into the infirmary is probably not a great idea. I think I'm going to move the mouse trap maybe down here. And then I can add, I think, like a maximum security only little corridor here to get into the infirmary. So we'll probably go something like this. And then we can have this kind of go that way. Maybe move that wall light down like that. And then, of course, we want to have in this little hallway we're going to create here, we definitely want to have these. So we'll have like something like that. And then that way these guys can get directly into their infirmary. They don't have to go around through and all that stuff to get through there. I mean, it's still a good security idea to have them, but this right here exposes them to other security sectors. This does not. They can go directly in here without having to worry about being exposed to other security sectors to do so, because this is a whole shared environment. So I'd like to limit their exposure to this area as you know, as little as possible here, if possible, to do that. And then I think maybe you can put like a little little gap here. So our little room here. So maybe right here, I wall this off and say that they can't go that way. So the only way into the infirmary would be through their door. I think that's probably the best way to do it. So why don't we put an empty room? I want them to be able to get into parole, though. Yeah, they have to be able to get into parole. So how about right about here is good. We'll put a little block right there. And then this will be, I think, a medium or a minimum only block. Now, because medium's got to be able to get to here, too. Okay, so this right here will be for these two. Maximum can't cross this line, essentially. They are limited. They can come out here to go to laundry. They can go this way to get all this stuff done, but they can't go this way to get into this hallway. They can, if they want to get into this hallway, they can just go through this door. But I'm trying to, I don't know, trying to come up with like a least resistance path to get to the infirmary. And if they have to go through a jail door here and a jail door here, I don't know which one they'll choose. But if they can get through with regular doors, then they'll likely choose that one, and then they're not out here. So I'm not, I guess in summary, I'm not trying to prevent them from accessing any specific location. I'm instead trying to create some resistance to encourage them to use a specific direction, if that makes sense. All right, let's see. So we got our intake done. We're bringing in a whole bunch of minimum security prisoners now in this intake. There's a bunch of buses coming through. I think about 65 prisoners are coming in right now. So we're going to need information on all these guys. And I think before they get here, I'm going to do a minimum security shakedown. Just to make sure all of these guys are completely clean down there before we introduce more people. Yeah, we got a lot of prisoners going to be standing by here. And let's go and get our informant, Mr. Gareth Lee. Such a trustworthy informant. We have Ashton as well. We can bring him in whenever we need it. Now he's at 99%. That's good enough. And we're going to hopefully not see, what I'm hoping we don't see here are a whole lot of people who are like ex-law enforcement, snitches. Yeah, like there's already one there because I'm out of space in my protective custody, and I need to expand that, which is what my last thing to do is after this whole thing is done and we brought people in. I'm gonna move all this stuff. I probably could get started on it sooner or later. I could probably get started on it right now and just move things over. But then I have to build out more foundation, and I have to expand this cell block, and I don't really want to do that right now. All right, I'm trying to avoid doing it. If I can get away with not doing it, I'd like to get away with that. So we're at 42 out of 41 right now. Maybe some of those guys will, you know, maybe some of them will just get out. Ex-prison guard. Yeah, ex-prison guard probably needs to... Is he in the office right now? I don't know where my informant is, but he's not in the office yet. I think he counts as active, though. So even though he's not in the office, I think if I switch him, it still does it. I guess we'll find out, right? So suspicion is here, right? He's not in the office yet. So because he's not in the office yet, if I take this prison guard right here, this ex-prison guard, and I put him in protective, it doesn't look like it changed the suspicion at all, so that's nice. And all the question marks, of course, are... I mean, I'm not going to know those until after. Oh, he's not in the office just yet. I see him, though. Snitch. Need to get you assigned to protective as well. And that's, again, that's the problem right now, is that we don't have enough storage. So this is going to be very crowded for quite a while until one of those guys get out of here. All right, let's see what Gareth says. He's coming into the security office right now. Let's see what he says. All right. So we have some stuff up there. That's pretty common stuff. Because he has the pickaxe, I should probably check his cell for that tunnel instead. Lots of contraband in protective custody. Oh my gosh, I've just been leaving them to do whatever they want over there, huh? That seems kind of it. I have reputations on everybody now, so I don't need it. I don't need him for that anymore. There is another snitch coming in, unfortunately. He's still active. Is there another bus? There's another bus. Okay, we instantly see them because he's in the office. We can see all their staff all their stuff as soon as they come onto the map here and the bus. Right. Is that the last bus? That is the last bus, I think. Okay. Thank you, Gareth Lee. I appreciate it. Now, we are going to stop the shakedown in minimum. And we are going to start the shakedown in protective. You guys need to be searched right now. You have so much stuff over there. Just search all that. And then, again, there's that other snitch that is just getting off the bus. So I will need to change him as well. He's going to be over here somewhere. Where'd he go? I didn't change him yet. Interesting. He seems to be gone. Unless, oh, there he is. Right there. No, not reception. You. Come on now. What are we doing here? Let me click the prisoner. There it is. Ricky Flame. He's a snitch. So we'll get him in protective too. And I think that's the last one I have to put in protective. So I gotta hope that a couple of these guys, you know, get out soon. Or just, I don't know, like, start moving things over right now. Moving it over is really cheap. It's free. Just takes time, but I have to do one thing at a time, right? And then the other thing is, like, I want to get this stuff first, and this stuff is almost done. It looks like actually the infrastructure is basically done. Let's real quick make this all staff only so they don't get assigned here. And then water needs to go there and there. That's the problem. And then the water pipes are already routed through here, but you can see that it's not far enough there. So I will need to kind of make this cross all the way over. I could probably save the pipes by just doing it here. I think that'll be enough. Because right now it's got to route all the way around like that. That's why. Yeah. But if I just do that right there, that takes care of that. And then I'm not sure if we'll use this for regular rooms is what I intended to do, is use it for, or if it needs to be cells yet. I'm not totally sure. We're at 736 capacity total. And these guys are in lockup. So we're going to want to make sure that our guards are getting in position here. So let's just go ahead and end the shakedowns. Make sure guards can get to their positions as they flood from over there and go back over here where they belong. And yeah, I mean, weight benches, I'd have to move everything over here. Ugh. One at a time. I mean, could I tear it down and then use copy paste? Yeah, but nah. Not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that. We're just gonna do it like this. Let's put the weight benches here. Like, we'll put them back to back in the middle like this. There we go. I'll just move a few of them at a time, maybe, and maybe that'll make the process a little less painful. There we go. And then come out like that. Oh, I already did that one right here. Yep. Like that and like that. And then we have two more I didn't click, so I guess I think we'll be adding 2 more benches just so that they're all even and stuff. So all of this is done. Dumbbell rack needs to go. We'll move that over. Move it along the back, I suppose. Gym mats can go back there too. I'm not sure if they even use the gym mats, because I don't think we have any like behavioral therapy programs in here, but oh, hello. But maybe we do. I don't know. No, I'll just move a few of them for now. That yard still has to be valid today, so bleachers, I can put them all the way over at the edge, I guess. Yeah, I think they'll both fit next to each other over here. Yeah. Just like that. No door on this side. I think that's probably a good idea to have no door on that side. There's a door here, though. I'm blocking that door. I'd rather not block the doors. Let's do this differently. We'll say the bleachers go... yeah, we'll put them, like, away from the door a little bit. So maybe, like, right here. Yeah, and then they can go like that instead. That seems good. Move everything over like that. And again, the yard's still going to be valid. It's just really boring today. And then we'll have them kind of slide over the next day. It's okay. We're up to $73,000. So I think you'll see with the rate that we're gaining money here and now, it's not going to be an issue. Okay, so this is something I did not anticipate. Yeah, they are going to cut through here now. Okay, so that's actually not going to work then. Yeah, I'd rather that not happen. I'd rather they go through the proper ways. So we'll dismantle this whole setup. This is a waste of. It's been a waste of time. That was just silly. Not gonna do it anymore. This metal detector, because they're trying to avoid the metal detectors, is what they're doing. They still have to go through this one, but I mean, I guess this is the path of least resistance, right? They don't have to go through any jail doors by going through this, so that's why they're doing it. I feel like I want to have. Where am I putting this thing? I'll put it. I don't know. Maybe we'll put it here. You come through this door. You get. Maybe we'll put it like right here. Maybe I don't know. Like put a wall there, and it's like a choke point for them to come through here. We'll just do something like that. Electricity will just go like that, and we're hooked up. All right, let that be a thing. Let that be a thing. Yeah. Yeah, well, I mean, at least we're really close to the doctors. You know, but that definitely made a problem. Definitely did not. Nope. Not as well thought out as it. Danger, Will Robinson. Danger. Come on now. Somebody get over here. I know it's too dangerous, Workman. He's just scared. He doesn't want to do it. All right. There we go. And then real quick, let's pop this back into place. Close that off. Close that off again. So they don't do this anymore. So now they're able to... They're not bypassing any metal detectors. But, again, it's the path of least resistance. That's why they're doing it. There you go. Now you'll just have to choose a different way. Yeah, that's right. Come on down through here. Very good. Okay. Everything's returned to normal. I didn't screw it up. Didn't screw it up in an irreversible way, at least. Okay, so I think I'd like to expand this, but I also really want to make sure we're set on this. And I just don't know, man. I feel like I wanted them to use this, but the thing is, the scheduler in this game only allows me to set the regime, whatever, on a per security sector basis. And even though these things are at completely different ends of the prison, they're still the same security sector. So they're still going to go to meal times at the same time. And right now, I like this. Like, this is working really well. I like this. I don't want to change it. But there's a conflict 5 to 6 a.m. here. You know, criminally insane are eating at the same time. I don't want them to eat with the criminally insane. Likewise, 7 to 8, right? They're also eating. And here it is, 6 to 7. It's basically the same time, and there's going to be some overlap there. So I don't really want that either. So I either need to move these guys, which is possible. You know, I could do that. Or, since everything is working pretty well as it is, I could just move the snipers again. Just move the snipers again. They just keep sliding this way. It's all right. We'll just have them slide again, like this. And are they trapped in here? Wait, did I? Their needs are ridiculous. Oh, they're trapped in here. They can't get out. That's my bad, guys. You're gonna be really mad at me now, aren't you? All right. I can't make any of these a door because the barbed wire is in the way, maybe? Dismantle the barbed wire, please. You're right there. Do it. You guys are all on break? That must be nice. The snipers are just like, hey. That sounds nice that you guys can just go on break whenever you want. Crazy. All right, go like that. There we go. And let's get that put in. And yeah, no access. Just flashing me right here. I think that happened when I when I did this, when I like made this an open corridor for everybody. I think that's when that happened. Hey, but if the workman can get in there, it means the sniper can get out. I think, though, instead of trying to make this man happy, I could just fire him. No, don't fire him. That's a cop-out. Look at all this. Oh, my. This heat wave. Now, I have people trained in this, but not all of them are trained in this. But most of them are trained in this. Most of them are trained to deal with this kind of thing. So if I take a look at my staff, you know, they have, what is it? Electrician training, fire safety, first aid, pest control, cold training. I think that's part of it. Like, part of their training is getting rid of the heat and everything. But I don't know what that exactly is. So I have a lot of doors that are not functioning because of the heat wave right now. We'll see if that causes me any additional problems other than just all those doors flashing at me. You know, hot spells, they last for a little bit here. It's going to be a hot day, very hot day, which apparently 22 degrees Celsius is a hot day. I beg to differ. It is not. 21 is definitely not hot. I would say that's quite comfortable. So I'm not sure how the doors are doing that with 21C. But all right. Sure. I mean, I'm looking at my... it's warmer than 21C in my office right now. So pretty sure that's not going to happen with those. That's a lot of trays. Why is there so many trays here? I mean, this is crazy, isn't it? This is nuts. There's a lot happening here. It's like they're not even using the pantry. They're just leaving all the eggs all over the place. Is this the double supply that I keep getting? Double supply deliveries, double deliveries. It's all eggs. People keep saying the price of eggs is inflated, but I feel like I could just pay people to take my eggs at this point. That's an awful lot. Also, we have to fix the road. I've got all the insurances, so it should just do it for me. And it looks like they've already done that side. Oh, yeah, this guy right here, he's doing it. The maintenance truck. He's fixing the road. Yeah, they're still not using both doors. They're only using one door. That's really weird. Why do they choose to ignore this door? It's the closest door. They don't have to walk all the way down here for any reason. There's no reason to walk all the way down here. But they do. It's very bizarre. And it's not like they're avoiding any detectors or anything. There's metal detectors here and here, right? I don't have to have them on the entrance to every room. If you're wondering, like, how things are designed, maybe you haven't been following along that closely. I understand. I don't have to have metal detectors on every door. Like, the yard has no metal detectors guarding it. It's because in order to get to these doors in the first place, they have to go through detectors. So the detectors are all throughout the hallway, and then that means every room doesn't need them. So you end up having less metal detectors overall because you don't need one on every door, and instead have one in the hallways. Now, I may have overdone it here, like having one here and here. You know, I may have overdone it anyway. I got some here, and then there's some here, and then there's some here, right? But, you know, we got two here, and then I just made that one, and then there's two down here, right? But we don't need them on every single office because they're always going through them as they go through this main hallway. You're on break. I kind of want to search everything. I just don't have the people to do that. Okay, so minimum capacity is currently sitting at 145, and it looks to me like basically all of these cells are completed. I think my original plan called for 150 in here. So I think I'm short one cell. I maybe miscounted because this would be 146, 147, 148, 149. But I'm actually going to leave this open because I like this walkway. I think it's a good walkway to have here. So I'm not going to make these cells. I'm just going to make that open as a walkway. And then, so over here, I just need to make up the difference. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 there. I believe this is an exact copy but just to see, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, and 30, 32, 34, 36. So I'm going to need to incorporate this area into it as well, it looks like. Because I'm not going to have enough cells to get to the 200 requirement if I don't. So I might need this to extend up, and instead of using this as another room, it just keeps this going like this. I think so. I'm gonna go ahead and pop that in like that, and then you need one more, but I don't think I can place this because of the sink. Nah, the sink's not gonna let me do that anyway. I misclicked, but I still don't think it'll work. So come over here. Yeah. So we'll let that go. But that's going to give me some extra cells that I didn't budget for before. Okay, so I've decided to turn this room over here into another laundry area instead. Because I don't know, I think we need another one. We have a little one here, but like there's 400 prisoners worth of... And then you got this little one over here. Like they have a lot of prisoners here. So I'm going to get another laundry room here. I'm going to put the door on this side. No entry on this side. So you got to go into this hallway in order to get in, just like the other laundry room is. We got 5 washing machines right there. I think I'm going to add a 4th on this one. And then, where did it go? I don't see it. Laundry is yellow, is it not? Yes, there it is. Laundry here, and then give me ironing boards. The small ironing boards. Which direction do I make you look? You know what? You just look more natural being here. I'm just going to do this. I'm going to hope that you're not on that side. If not, I'll just shift you all the way over and I'll move the door. Probably have to move the door if I do that. Yeah, we'll see if that's good enough for alignment. I have no idea if it will be, but we'll see. And then, of course, it needs the baskets as well. So then we'll have a bunch of baskets placed in there as well. Okay, so that'll give us some laundry, and we'll get some workers in there too. And I'm gonna have to probably need a camera. Yeah, I have vision, but I don't have vision at that specific spot. I don't think. Yeah, that's definitely a hole in my vision there. So I have a spare camera, so I'll have the spare camera. I'll just position it in the room, I guess. Yeah, whatever. It's just gonna be positioned there. Spare camera right there. Okay, then I've got. This part here is moving along. I got another laundry area going in over here. And then this yard is designated as a yard now. So all I have to do is closed off with this fence. That's pretty nice. Let's pause it really quick. I'm going to move the barbed wire so I don't have to buy it again. I am, of course, trying to get to $200,000 in my account. I'm at 86 now. I keep buying things. I'm gonna, adding foundation now is what I'm about to do. So even more building to build. I'm not done yet, I guess, on building things. And then did I move all of it? This corner piece here. I mean, all of this probably goes anyway, I would say, because it's not, it's going to be a regular wall. Yeah, I think so. I'm actually thinking all of this barbed wire actually should just get taken down. And we already have a big old perimeter wall here anyway, but like who's going to jump this fence to go that, like where are you going? Right? Like I don't think that's even necessary, to be honest. I'm going to leave it here anyway, but I don't, just because I've already done it, but I'm looking at it. I don't even think barbed wire is necessary through there. Did I close off my perimeter wall? Not all the way. I still have this little segment right there to do. And I think that's it though. I don't need this part done. All of this is done. All the way out to here is done. Hello, autosave. And all the way out to here, and that's done. So perimeter wall is basically taken care of, except for this little segment right here, which is going to eat into my budget even more. But you know what? Let's do it and get it done with. Just make sure we get it done. There. Another $82.50 for the perimeter wall. And that will complete my perimeter wall. I don't need it here. All of this stuff is kind of open anyway. It's fine. Electric fence is on this side where prisoners are going to be. There's barbed wire here, and then there's a perimeter wall on the other side. So, I mean, maybe I could put it here, but I think it's not necessary. Yeah, I don't think it's necessary to put it over there. We have a lot of dogs and stuff that are going through here anyway. We're going to find any tunnels and anyone who makes it into this point anyway. I mean, I guess I could maybe place a sniper right here just in case somebody gets over this fence. They could walk this. They could hop this fence and then hop this one and then, oh, right. It's perimeter wall. So, and then they've already been hit by barbed wire at that point. I probably could put the barbed wire here, actually. That would make more sense. That's more sense. That makes more sense than a perimeter wall, in my opinion. And in fact, we have more area. We could make sure that they don't get over that without getting injured too. So we'll put it over there. It's fine. So basically took all the barbed wire that's over here and just put it over there. Okay, so with that out of the way, we just go ahead and demolish this wall. This can just go. And at that point, we can also take the staff door and dismantle that. And this is now then open for them to use as a yard over here. They can now do the yard over here. And again, I don't have barbed wire here, but there's a perimeter fence the whole way around. So, I mean, I don't think it's all that meaningful to put the barbed wire on there. I'm here too. I probably don't need it there either, but I've already placed it. It doesn't mean I have to spend for more, but I already placed it. This guy's playing a game. He's an ex-gang member. That's why he's targeted. You know what? They're going through a program in here right now, aren't they? Yeah, alcoholics group therapy. Oh, and we have another death row inmate. His name is Mark Hoor. Mark Hoor, right here. There he is. 34% chance. So far, anyway. Don't have any real information on him other than that. If we take a look at our informants, maybe we grab Ashton. You can come over and help us out this time. Gareth has done his part. I think Gareth has definitely done good work for us in the past, so he can have a break now. Somebody else is there to take his place. Is there anybody that's in solitary that, you know, might be here for like 25 years? I could probably get somebody else like that. I like having just consistent people who are low risk, high sentence duration, generally aren't going to cause me a whole lot of problems, but it's a little hard to find that because they're in solitary confinement. They had to have caused you a problem in order to get in there. So let's go ahead and pop that right there. I'm gonna need, this is the circuit for the I don't want to do that. No, let's not do that. Let's get it from this side. Yeah. And in fact, I kind of don't like this either. So tell you what I'm gonna do instead. I'm gonna do like that. Yes, and then we're gonna cut the utility here, I think. I'm gonna cut that to make sure that gets cut first. Well, getting that cut first. That cut first isn't really a thing I should do, right? Because then I have to. Yeah, I mean, I need it hooked up to this. Like, all my security monitors are going to go down if they disconnect this right now. So it's going to happen. It's fine. It'll get worked out, I'm sure. It'll be all right. We have severe weather coming in now. That's good. He's just sitting. Why are you targeting him? He's just chilling, reading a book. Look at this. Look at this guy. Dan Page. Dan Page reading a book. Somehow he's, you know, the gang doesn't like that. Reading. Look at this guy and his reading. All right, I think 3 washing machines is probably acceptable in this spot. We're gonna need some kind of heat in here. Yeah. As far as this, we got radiator there and there. We don't have radiators on this side yet, or at least not a good one. So we can place one on this side there to cover that. And you have one in that room now. Yep. And I think that's it for now. But all my hot water pipes have to be placed through here. And I mean, it's like, this is the boiler, so I don't have to do anything to connect them initially other than that. Maybe just slide that over like that. Seems good. And electricity probably should get routed up that way. We really only need it to be in this room, so we can put it right here. Now it looks like the wall got completely obliterated here when I made this foundation, so we'll go in and change that up. This is a brick wall through here. And I actually want this all the way down to be brick. And then what happens is they come into this area and there's metal detection in through here. I'm gonna have to move these detectors to be here instead. Yeah. That way it covers them. And it may actually end up doing it that way, but we'll see. And then they come through the metal detector through this, and then they can just get into the canteen. So like this is a one entrance to only. It's right here, and this will no longer be a staff only area. It will be, you know, minimum security at this point, and then, you know, they get to come up in here, but they eat here now. I'm just gonna have them eat here now. I could maybe have them have different yard time, but I don't really want to. I don't want them to share any facilities, so I'm just gonna, you know, not gonna do it. It's all right. Violence. Oh. Hey. 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 Save him. There you go. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, 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 workman. Yeah, get yourself healed up. Jeez. The heck were you going after my workman for? Jerk. To give that guy permanent solitary. Okay, so I know this video is long, but we're going to go until this thing is done, okay? So, I got the foundation here. It's kind of getting worked on. It'll probably get finished, I don't know, very soon, I guess. We're up to 100 grand, and that's before we sell the power. So that's a good sign. I got the canteen kind of configured in here, so there's a bunch of seats and stuff, and then there's a serving table. Everything's good for that one. We're also going to have a couple of drinking fountains in the back so they can use them, and a few phones in here so they can use those as well if they want. And then up here, got the laundry room. That's completely done. It's plumbed and everything ready to go. I got a classroom going on over here. You can teach them, you know, your foundation education and all those things that we need to do. And that's getting worked on. And then in this area here, I'm considering making this a library. Can really hit their literacy needs and stuff like that. I'm kind of looking at maybe if there's, you know, some other better use for this room. I'm not entirely sure what it might be. Maybe a chapel. It doesn't really help me per se, but yeah, I could have done that. No workshop or anything over here. It's just too far away from shipping and everything. It's too much of a hassle. I don't want to do that. So I think I'm probably either I'm kind of torn between either a gymnasium, which needs to be 7x7. Didn't see that part. Gymnasium or a library, which is 5x5. This room is definitely 5x5. I don't know if it's 7x7 though, so it's going to end right here. So that is 8x7. So that could be, it could be either or. It could be a gymnasium. You know, it could be, I don't know. We'll see. I'm still wondering whether or not I want to have them use this yard or whether or not I want to have them use a yard over here instead. It's up in the air. And then for common room, it's just all the empty space. We're just going to put a bunch of stuff around in all the empty spaces, and that'll serve as their common room and stuff there too. Still have this little area here I'm not sure what to do with. Maybe you guys will figure something out with it. That's fine too. So as soon as this is done, we'll add some additional protective custody cells in here. That'll boost our capacity. I want to say probably around 60 is what I'm aiming for here. We'll have another 2 here, 4, 6. And then we're going to skip a little bit here. And we'll have another 2, 4. So that's 10 already. That puts us up to about 54. And then the rest of this corner will be another dormitory like this. Another like bigger area like this. Maybe a holding cell or something. And that'll be decent capacity. They'll enter and exit out of this door. Head out here and into their yard, which they used yesterday. So they didn't seem to have a problem with that yard. And then, yeah, we're at 113,000 now after the power cell. We're making 61 grand a day. Staff morale is at 100%. And the current capacity for both medium and maximum is satisfied. The current capacity for criminal insane also satisfied. So really the only capacity limitation for or the only capacity part that we're not getting right now with our challenge is minimum. And that's purely because these cells are not marked to be actual cells for them yet, but they're already built and they're ready to go. These cells right here will be extra. So effectively I have 199 with the ones that are already constructed. I only need one of these to finish to have 200. And then we have a couple of extras in case we have extras there. I might also take this area here and make it into a holding cell too. I don't know. Could be solitary. They don't really have any solitary cells around here either, so I could probably just keep this area and make this a solitary area. It's already solitary, so if we just turn this into a combined solitary area with padded cells, I'd be fine with that. Yeah. I don't know. I don't really need to make this room anything. You guys can do it in your own. If you load the save, you can make that room into anything you want to make it into. That's fine with me too. Just whatever, you know, satisfies their needs and stuff. I just have the classroom because like foundation education is necessary to, you know, do things and to help them with, you know, reform and everything like that. It's one of the privileges of being able to be in the lower security area is that you get access to the education parts. And so I'm going to make sure that they have that. So it looks like we're going to need to connect these to water. And I think pretty much everything else is good. This one's connected, but it's not. It needs to go further. Yeah, that's the problem with this is like I have to put the big pipe right by this toilet in order to reach there. I think that one little spot right there will probably do it. I only need to go one more tile. So I think that will do it, which is right next to that toilet. Fun. They'll just take it. Where would they go? Where would they go? Where would they use it? If they could take it this way, I mean, they're motivated to go out as close as possible. Like, they're going to be going in, right? If they're going to use the pipe, they have to go in. That's not really where they want to go. They kind of want to go this way probably, or this way. And so as long as the pipe doesn't go that direction, I think it'll be all right. We got that hooked up, so all those drinking fountains there have water too. That's nice. Let's do a quick shakedown. Medium, please. Guards are doing a pretty good job of keeping the violence to a minimum, although there's still a lot of it. And we actually had danger rise just a little bit here. They've managed to take control of the common room. They managed to paint the damn thing, and I had to get rid of the graffiti. So there are only 5 gang members mad that the graffiti was cleaned, but it was enough to start a little increase in violence. So. But we got that taken care of now. We have 100% morale still no additional guards died from that. And here's how my new protective custody area has turned out here. So we have additional cells going through here. We still have room for one more cell right there. So we'll get that taken care of as well. Capacity, it shows 12, which is wrong. Oh, this is why. Damn. There we go. I'm not sure why it was showing 12. Well, that's a potential issue. So we'll see how that works out. Now it says 61. There we go. So 61, we'll have 62 right here. This is a dormitory with plenty of beds and stuff. So we have 62 prisoner capacity in here now. And that's great because we're about to get a big intake, and there's probably going to be a whole bunch of people that I have to protect in that intake. So we are going to we're bringing in 121 more prisoners. Bringing in a whole bunch of them. Most of them are minimum security, though. About 88 of them are going to be minimum security. That doesn't quite fill us up, and many of these guys will probably have to be kicked over to protective custody, but I'm going to do 121 this time. And there's 167 medium security currently in the prison. We're adding 33 to that, which gets us to exactly 200. Some of them, of course, will probably have to be upgraded to maximum. Some of them may go to protective, so I think there's a bit of a cushion there. And then of course I'm still leaving some room in minimum security so that people can also be upgraded. There needs to be room for them to upgrade to as well. Man, Griffin, you have just so many problems. Poor Griffin. So many problems with that guy. Wow. All right, so intake's in an hour and a half. And all this is just done. Now, for the plumbing, this should be taken care of. So, hot water's not reaching this? That doesn't make any sense. Unless this isn't fully installed yet. This pipe, this isn't fully installed yet. Yeah, right here. This needs to be installed before. Let's get that to be accelerated just a little bit, please. And then that will kick the hot water up in here. I had to put an extra water boiler in. It's just not, it's not reaching, but... it will reach now. Let's go ahead and put the hot water into there too, and we can just stick that over like that. It's probably good. We can also do this one here. Just connect those up because we can. And yeah, I think that's looking pretty good. I got the green floors just like the other side has, so I can kind of see. The common room is set up to where there's like table tennis, and I'll probably Move that away from the wall. Table tennis. There's pool here. There's a little area here. I'll probably put some like exercise mats or something in here. Maybe some prayer mats. Hey, there we go. Let's put some prayer mats in here. You guys can just face the wall and pray whenever you want. Oh, interesting. I can't place it, even though the camera is supposedly on the ceiling or the wall. I suppose I can't do that. Prayer mats right there. Oh, it's fine. Whatever. And then there's a big old television over here with a bunch of seats. They can watch some television over there if they want to. We got 3 computer stations on this side and 4 phone booths here. And then along this wall, they can play some chess. Oh, I also put a pet bird over here in case any of them need some more family stuff. So overall, things are looking pretty good with the way the prison is laid out. I think I'm going to leave this room blank. If anyone wants to pick up where I left off, you can place something in that room if you like to. Obviously, you can tear anything out if you want to. I'll leave this area blank too. Maybe add some more solitary cells is maybe what I would do with that. I don't know. This area here, I think, is just going to be a walkway. Yeah, I think we'll just make this a walkway. It's fine. We'll get rid of the planning tools. That on there. Yep. Canteen is operational and connected, so they will make food for them as long as there are prisoners in this block, which that's what we're working on right now, is getting prisoners into this block. A whole bunch of people just completed their taser certification. I have increased the number of guards now. There are 300 regular guards. So, it's about a little less than 1 guard for every 3 prisoners. I think it's a pretty, I don't know if that's a good ratio or not, but I'm making a bunch of money, so I think I can afford it if nothing else. They're also being, fairly highly trained and stuff, so that's nice. And here comes a whole bunch of prisoners. We're just a big O intake here. We're gonna get paid a little over $46,000 for this intake, and that combined with my daily income should put me over 200 at minimum in the next 48 hours in game. I should be over $200,000. All right, so I'm noticing there's a legendary over in medium security right now, which I didn't see that before. I thought I saw X law enforcement over here, but I think it was X and then enforcer was there, and it was kind of making me think it was X law enforcement. But I definitely see a legendary over here in this area, and I don't think that's a good thing for us to have. Mr. Slater over here, Felix Slater. I'm going to put you in Supermax, I think. We'll have you moved as soon as we can. In the meantime, I have my dude is coming in here to tell us everything about these guys. I've already changed a couple of them to protective because they were ex-law enforcement. There's a snitch. There's a snitch. Okay. We got a few extra snitches here. So 3 snitches in there so far, and I don't know if that's the last bus or not. It may be the last bus. That seems like that doesn't seem like I got 100 and something. I feel like I didn't get enough prisoners on there, but it is what it is. I've got it. So we'll go ahead and deactivate you now. That's fine. And then I just need to find my snitches. So this one's a snitch. We'll go ahead and get you into protective custody as well. We also have, let's go like this. Snitch number 2. Here you go. And snitch number 3. Where are you, snitch number 3? Ah, there you are. Snitch number 3, escorting to cell. Well, you're going to have to get moved because you're going to be there now. I'm just going to tell you to take him there, and then you can take him to cell. No? I'm not going to change the cell because I do that, huh? Okay. Supplier, green thumb, resourceful. Okay. I got some stuff happening over here. Cameras are picking up all sorts of stuff over here. They are not happy. Their graffiti was cleared, but that can't be it. That can't be why they're mad. Why are you guys mad? Why are you so mad? Every gang, too. It's not just a single gang. We might have a riot on our hands here. Yeah. Guard response into this area, please. Guard response into these areas, please. Let's get this taken care of before it becomes a full-on riot. Por favor. Nope, it is a riot. Riot guards are automatically called. I think we're going to take care of this pretty quickly, though. I was pretty quick on seeing it, and I brought a whole bunch of guards into the area So I think we'll probably take care of this pretty quickly, but just in case, right? We want to make sure our riot police are going to be doing their thing. And it's only 4 left, but I'll send them in here anyway, just to see this situation to its fullest extent here. We took care of that. I'm not sure what that was all about, but that was definitely a potential issue that is now no longer a potential issue. Riot police are going to be inbound anyway, just to make sure. Lots and lots of people, lots and lots of violence. 124 prisoners have been unnecessarily searched recently. That's a lot. We're having a lot of bad searches. You need to work on, I don't know. I mean, what are we searching you for, right? I didn't do any shakedowns tonight. I've been too busy working on, you know, building everything. So I didn't do any of that. Also, this is apparently too dangerous. Why is this too dangerous? Let me get a guard response in here, please. I'm not sure why this is too dangerous. Just a single prisoner in there. He just got here. He's not going to kick off or anything right away. He's all right. All right. Informants looking pretty good. I don't see anything super concerning at the moment, so I will let it continue to play. Danger is high. That's going to happen. We just brought a whole lot of people here. That is going to happen. Let's get the riot police into here, please. Let's really make sure they stop acting up in this area. Just put a whole bunch of suppression in there. And I think we're good to go for the most part. Definitely these guys are upset, but they're not being punished. Like the gang leaders and stuff are not being punished. That shouldn't be a contributing factor to the violence. Here's a whole bunch of guys over here. You act up, you get upgraded, then you get taken out. That's how it works. I want to make sure that we have, yeah, definitely want to have more people in here and here. And I think probably I'm going to put more people into this area. I have a lot of them in patrols too, but I'm just going to reinforce that a little bit more. Get them in the cell blocks just a little bit more. During meal times especially, we want people in here. Yep. It can be a little lighter when it's not meal time. That's okay. Add a couple in here too. We need more in here too. So just a general, let's get some better coverage. We have more guards, so let's get better coverage. And we'll go ahead and get rid of the riot police so that our danger can go down that way too. And that will probably kill the danger for good. I hope anyway. It looks like our death row inmate did get clemency. He's no longer in death row. So good for him. You know, it's like a 33 or 34% or whatever it was. So he got it. So many prisoners in this now. It's getting wild in here. That's the whole point, though. It was supposed to be building up to this moment. So we now have 205 mediums. So we're overfilled on mediums. We're gonna have to be upgrading some people here. And you know what I do when I need to upgrade people? I'm gonna look at my gangs. I'm gonna say, hey, how many of you are violent people? Huh? I mean, you're not that violent. You don't have you got some destruction in your hazard. I'm thinking anytime if I see any gang member in handcuffs right now that's got a orange shirt on, you're an automatic upgrade now is what I'm thinking. Like you kicked off, you did something, and you didn't get super punished for it. But now I'm gonna upgrade you because I'm overfulled here. I'm overfulled. That's what I said. You, Andrew Woodley, only 8 years, 70% chance to reoffend, and you're trying to get out. I think if you're trying to get out, I'm gonna let you go. If you're trying to get out of your gang, I'm gonna let you not. I'm not gonna upgrade you. Yeah, I'll work on that too. 97%. This guy's probably good to upgrade. I'll upgrade him. It's fine. We need to get a bigger balance in maximum security as well. The bone breakers are too numerous, so I need to kind of add some more that way too. Mark Maples unfortunately did not survive. He got himself unalived. Unfortunately for him. Maybe not for his other gangs, but you know, for him, that's pretty unfortunate. Come on, it's just a little bit of paint. How long are you gonna be mad about this stuff, huh? Come on now. Let's just be a little bit more mature about this, okay? I'm at 144,000. I just want to see 200 grand, and then I can claim partial victory. Victory, asterisk. You know, 4 out of 5 ain't bad, is what I'm going to say. 4 out of 5 ain't bad. This has actually gone up now since we brought in more violent people. So that's nice. Still can't get that health to be 0, and I don't think I'm going to. So I think it's going to be 3 out of 5, which is, I mean, it's still a failure, but so close. You know, maybe you guys can play it. I mean, you know what? If you play my save, tell me if you got the health to 0. Because I've got alcoholics group therapy, drug addiction. I've got all those programs in place here. I mean, I've got like the behavioral therapy stuff, and I'm trying to keep the injuries down. But I think now with the increased violence, there's a lot of injuries. The health rating is just going to keep, you know, being poor. And then on top of that, I'm constantly keeping up with the rats. You know, trying to get the rats out of here and stuff too. I think that's a part of the health issue as well. But I just, for whatever reason, I just cannot get that thing to get to 0. It's stuck at -1. I don't know how people get -5. Or not -5? No, 5. I don't know how people get their health ratings all the way up here. I don't know. All my years playing Prison Architect, I've never had that health rating be positive, and I was really looking forward to this goal being at 0. I've had it at 0 before. I just never had that health positive. With a big facility like this, I think it's really difficult to do. Yeah, and then the reoffending rate was never going to happen. Although, if you want to twist the words, you could say that our reoffending rate's under 10%. Just by looking at this one. I've had about 1,000 prisoners released. A lot of them are getting out early. We're at 161 grand now, and I think when it comes time to sell the power and all that stuff happening, we're also going to have some additional intake as well, which I'm not sure. Yeah, that would work. I think the 6 mediums can go, though. We don't need that. I could bring more maximums. I'm at 154. I suppose we could invite more maximums to come party with us. Just a little bit. I don't really want to do that because then we get more legendaries in, but I mean, I am short on that. You know, I can always upgrade a lot of these guys. Just bring them in here. All the gang members that keep causing violence, I could just bring them in, make sure they're in maximum. Like this right here, you generally don't even want to have happen, right? We got low security through here, you know, which could be ex-gang members, and they're just working. We've got a lot of orange shirts and a lot of red shirts, all in the same space, and you don't generally want that, but, you know. I think the design of the prison is working okay. It's just there's definitely some places where it can be improved, and, you know, if anyone wants to take a crack at improving it, well, you got a big bank to start with, and you got a pretty good income to go with, so, you know, you can sculpt it how you want. This is a fence. This needs to be a brick wall through there. And yeah, it's pretty good. Let me just let it run for a little while longer. I think the violence is going to eventually calm down. They're still mad about the graffiti of all things, but also they're just unwarranted searches, I guess. We've just been having a lot of searches lately, which, you know, whatever. There's a lot of violence, so that makes sense. I might just go bang up with these guys. Send them back to their cell for the rest of the day. You got an eat period coming up? Yeah, I don't really want to take away their eat period, though. That's asking for even more trouble. Let's find a random one that's free right here. So, I mean, for the most part, you're just looking at luxuries and hydration. Oh, yeah. Harvey's trying to get his tattoo removed. I think if I could go back and do another thing over again, I'd probably have more of these. Really trying to get him out of the gang is a big deal. Oh, is he? Oh, he's chasing the janitor. Guard response, please. There we go. All right, I saved your life, janitor. Eli, that's his name. His name is Eli. Not unnamed janitor, okay? Saved your life. Definitely. Good camera coverage is great because you get that icon that says, hey, something's happening on camera, and you can just like zoom in on it, stuff like that. So like if they haven't hit anybody yet, you're not going to get, you know, they're not going to be calling on the radio all that often, but you start seeing violence happen on the cameras, you got to do something about it. So I got great camera coverage. You shouldn't have a problem with that with the save. And Yeah, I mean, I guess there's a few gaps. Like over here, I just built that, so that's why. A lot of this is covered by just people being in the area anyway, but we still have some camera coverage just in case something's happening in a cell. This, I don't know what I was going to do with it, to be honest. I had an idea of what I wanted to do with this area, but it just ended up not happening. Nothing ended up happening there, so... Yeah, it could be a gymnasium for these guys, maybe. I don't know. They are working this store. The protective custody people are working the store. Now that I've got this door in, especially, they're working in the store. I would like to see low security people working in the kitchen. Is what I wanted to do. And so I have added prison labor designations into the kitchen. But the kitchen is it's minimum only, so nobody from protective is going to be in the kitchen with the knives. But the minimum security people can. And then so now it's the question is, how do they get here, right? And so I think what I'm going to do there is I'm going to turn this into a do I want to put that into a shared yard? I think not on the shared yard. So I'm going to move this metal detector back to here, move the door. Let's get rid of this. Yeah, we're going to shift some things around here to make it to where these guys can actually get in there. So this door is going to go there. And then what we're going to end up with, I guess I could just make this not a staff door at that point, but we're going to take the fence. I'm going to move this PA system in a little bit. Yep. Let's go ahead and do that. And then what we're going to do is have the fence go right through here. So this is the new yard for Supermax. And then for this door, we're going to have it be just the standard door, I think, here. We're going to need to put another staff door here, though. So there's a lot of different staff doors here. A lot of different, like, you know, chain doors. Trying to keep this concealed so that it's Supermax only has, you know, a single path. They can't do anything that they don't have permission to do. So I'm trying to keep that in place. And then we need to get you hooked up. We're going to go straight through there. That's fine. Let's get that. Just another one like this. Oh gosh, I keep moving this, so I keep having to make more electrical lines too. So we'll get that done, and then this will no longer be a yard. It's just a nice little walking path. But what we can do with this now, once we get that door in, is I can go in, and this is going to be, this is Supermax only. Supermax only, I think, is what this is, and then it comes up to there being Supermax only. Put this door in, and now what we want to see, yeah, is something like this. Supermax, and then we can go like this. I think that's how I want it. And so by doing that, what happens now is that these guys can move through here with some staff permission, I suppose. So I could dismantle that door. I can make the pantry. Let's change the pantry. We're going to do a couple of things here on this change. First thing I want to do is let's have another metal detector, another one. We're just gonna set it in here randomly. We'll place it like right here. It's fine, because that puts it right near where all the power is anyway, right? No, it doesn't. Oh, I thought for this power went up like this. Well, it does now. So it's gonna go up there, and then all of this gets connected. And what we'll end up with is now these guys can walk around and get out there, but they won't be able to get in through here. I'm gonna have to have another room. This is not complete yet. I need a room just to make sure. I want a room right here. Yep. And then that little room right there is staff only. Staff only there. That's what I'm looking for. Just to close that off a bit more. So they can still come over here as their yard time, but now we'll have lower security people being able to work in the kitchen. I don't know whether they're going to be able to move stuff out here. Probably not. It's criminally insane only, right? So we're not going to have any prisoners being able to move out here. But at least we will have prisoners helping with cooking and moving ingredients and stuff. We'll have that happening with these lower security inmates. So at least there's that. We got some stuff going on over here. Can I have a response, please? Somebody is beating things up. There we go. Thank you much. And I think minimum security is sleeping now. So why don't we start the minimum security shakedown? Now that one's more complicated now because it's happening on both sides of the prison. So they're covering a really wide area. So I need to give them a lot of time to do it. So I'm thinking like right at the beginning of universal sleep, where everyone's asleep, right at the beginning is when we need to work on that. Wow, you got that tunnel's quite far. Good for you. Nicely done. I mean, you're still caught, but you know, good try. Certainly went unnoticed for quite some time in order to be able to pull that off. That's nifty. Good job. Gonna have some more intake coming in here, and we'll get paid for that plus the power sale. And I think at that point, minus the money we're about to spend for repairs, at that point we are going to be hitting 200k. Definitely hitting 200k to this day, this in-game calendar day. Dog, come on over here real quick. Can you verify this again? I'm at 194. I do not see any tunnel in there. All right, carry on with your business. Thank you very much. Yeah, 194 now. Very good. Okay, I think that's enough. We can go ahead and stop that. And it's midnight now, so let's go ahead and shake down maximum security. We'll rustle their feathers a little bit. Russell? Ruffle with an F. That's how you say it. It's ruffle with an S. No, ruffle with an F. Russell with an S is not right. Ruffle with an F is right. You're telling me we did a shakedown of maximum security and we found nothing? Not a single thing? Wow. I feel good about that. Yeah. All right, medium, you're up. Gotta find some stuff over there. How do we not find anything in there? There we go. We're finding something now. Uh-oh. Hey. I need some people over here, please. Yep, stop that violence. Oh, we got a bunch here. Is this gonna happen every day now? Is this gonna be our everyday thing? Let's go ahead and stop all the shakedowns. We need to get people over here. Guards over here to stop this, whatever it is. Yes. How can I help? Goodbye. Oh my. It's an awful lot of violence. All right, so staff morale is actually low. I'm not entirely sure why. It says 280 staff have serious complaints. Let's take a look here. Needs. It's hydration and bladder. I mean, I literally have it for you everywhere. You just have to use it. They go on break. They don't do it. What am I supposed to do? I'll raise the staff break policy to 60% for everybody and see if that helps at all. 65 for you guys. All right. Let's see if that helps at all. I don't know. You know what? I'm making a lot of money. So how about we try this also? Because I need to get that to 100% to have that requirement as well. So we're going to go pay raise. I'm paying you even more money now. More breaks and more money. Oh, yes. This is not a United States prison anymore. This is not a U.S. job. Oh, boy, yes. While they're already upset, let's just open all the doors. Sounds great. We'll just open the doors while they're all kicking off. It's beautiful. So beautiful. Yup. I mean, they deserve a raise. Look at all the stuff they got to deal with every day. They deserve a raise. Oh, boy. Well, now we're getting dead guard. Damn. His name was not Paul Robinson. His name was Gary. Oh my gosh. Why, guys? Just stop. It's a little bit of graffiti. Calm down. They're not even upset about that anymore. I mean, it says the danger is very low, but that's clearly not the case. Okay, well, staff are well paid. Staff are paid well. That's going to help. I'll bring that up. I can afford it. I got a good economy here. I can afford it. It's just I got to replace guards that die. I'm at 299 now. Let's get a replacement guard. Gotta have Gary's replacement. It costs like $1,000 to hire a guard because you got to hire him for $500 and then you got like another $1,300 in equipment. So it's only like $2,000. And that's if they don't have tasers. Then they go get their taser certification, which you pay for the course for. And then after that, then they get their taser, which is even more money. So, I mean, every time I hire someone, it's like $3 grand. Especially when you count like all the different courses and stuff they have to retake, and I have to pay for those sessions too, which I'm already paying for those sessions every time, so it doesn't really add an additional money. But man, this is a lot of people. This is a lot of prisoners. Just a lot of violence every day. This is one security sector at a time. Lots of violence. I'm hoping to see some of you guys take this course or take and help in the kitchen, because I'd like to get more of my staff over here. This is so crowded, dude. This kitchen is way smaller than it should have been. Now, I could help this a little bit. I could extend this out, right? That could make it a little bit bigger. Add like a whole bunch more cookers and something. Add a whole bunch more, you know, fridges and stuff, whatever. I could do that. I got a little bit of room over here. I guess I could extend this out. You don't need this big a walkway. There's a lot of things I could do about it, but I'm not going to. At this point, I'm satisfied with the prison. I'm satisfied with the way it is now. There's a lot of extra room over here if you want to put some extra programs for these guys, and if you need to expand death row for some reason, I'm probably never gonna have to do that, but you have this extra space right here that you could use. Maybe you could bring, you know, more space for Supermax. Even it's probably more likely you could bring that. Maybe move this parole room to be, you know, over here, or you could even put that in this space, and then you'd have all this room wrapped around for something. There's more space here is what I'm saying. There's lots more space there. You know, I've left a pretty good amount of space all around the outside here in hopes that it would stop contraband from coming in a little bit. And it doesn't seem to have been... it doesn't really seem to have been all that necessary, to be honest. This is all indoor now. It's not outdoor, so... I don't think they can throw it on the roof of the building, or they're certainly not going to throw it through a window or something, so... Yep. Levels of contraband in the prison are out of control. I mean, I have done so much to try to get rid of that, but it just doesn't seem to have mattered. You know, supply is high. Not narcotics. Produced narcotics are nil. So much demand, but completely gone. Yeah, but like weapons and tools and stuff. I've done everything I can think of to get rid of those things, and they just have them all the time. I guess if I had to do it better, if I had to do something differently, or if I wanted to take more time, I don't. This video has taken many hours to make, so I don't. But if I wanted to take more time into it, I'd probably put more dog patrols maybe through here. But like that doesn't really stop weapons. I mean, I've done everything I can to stop weapons from leaving the workshop. But I think they're getting it from other places. They're stealing it from other places. And if I can look at that. I can say, hey, in the last 24 hours, where have stuff's been stolen from, right? And well, a lot of it's coming from the kitchen. It seems, right? So a lot of the stuff's coming from the kitchen. There is a metal detector here. And then when they leave, there's, 4 of them right there. If they go through this door, then I guess they're not getting, I guess they'll hit, these 2 here or these 2 here. Or maybe they leave through here. They still get these 2, and then they move into here. Or they hit this one. I guess maybe it would help to improve the situation. I have no idea if it even helps that much, but we could add 2 more there. That way they can't avoid that metal detector. Right? I don't know. They'll probably come over here now. If they leave this direction, then they're going to hit these 4. But I just noticed that I don't have one over here. So, just try to detect it a little bit easier if I can. Let's try to get the wiring. That's going to be good. And this one here, we're going to have to bring that up a little bit. But otherwise, that'll be good too. All right, so there's like little things maybe I could fix if I really wanted to just sit and watch the game play itself and see how prisoners are moving around and doing things. I could probably do a little bit better with the contraband situation, but I just searched the entirety of Maximum and found 0. I found nothing. So I'm clearly doing a good job in keeping the stuff out of Maximum Security's hands. I think most of the contraband in the prison is being... is with minimum security. They have the most leeway. They have the most freedoms, right? They have more freedoms than the others. So that's a big deal. And yeah, it says my minimum capacity is 199. That is not accurate. It's definitely not accurate. I have like more like 204. I'm not sure why that's saying that. This needs to be connected. Maybe it's because that cell's not valid. That can't be the reason. Let's actually have this go down here. I need it to be more direct. So like these things here are still doing that. So I'm gonna have these things kind of connected with that now. So it's definitely not 199. It's 203, 202 or something like that. Because like if you look at this, if we count all these cells, you just go ahead and pause if you want to. If you're really, oh, you know why it's this? Yeah, these are not valid cells anymore. That's why. The tunnels. Yeah. We gotta fix that. We fix that, and then the number goes back to 200 something. It's like it goes back to like 204 or something like that. So there we go. We got the calamity reward. We have 200,000 in the bank. We have 76% morale though, so we need to see that morale go higher. I can't quit until it's higher. I mean, all I have to do is pay them more, and then it'll be fixed, right? I mean, but that was the whole point. You know what? We can fire a lot of our workmen. If you don't have the training, then you're fired. All the temporary workmen, right? We had some temporary workforce during our expansion that are not trained like the more permanent workforce. So we can get rid of those. There we go. And I think that's all of them. I had 69 workers. Yeah. That was the number I stopped at. Because that's how mature I am. 50 orderlies, that was good. We have 178 staff. I probably don't need that many cooks. I probably don't need this many cooks. I can get rid of some of the ones that are on break. The ones that don't have the extra training. Yeah. Let's get rid of some of these guys. That'll help the budget a little bit more too. Just making everything more efficient. Always want to make the operation as efficient as possible. It's kind of my job to do that, you know, as I'm here as the CEO, if you will. I have to keep everything as efficient as we can get it. We'll put a regular door here. I don't think the staff door is necessary anymore, so we can probably dismantle the staff door. I mean, what's the point of that if we're gonna let medium people move through here? Might as well have the regular doors for them to work through. So there we go. They are working in here, putting things around. They're going to be cooking some stuff, and this frees up my cooks. So that's why I don't think I need as many cooks, because I got prisoners doing it now. So that's nice too. Okay. 75% morale. Is that going up or down? It's the hydration shit. I have no idea why they don't drink. Just drink. Okay, just get in there and drink. They don't use it. Like, I bet there's hydration needs right here. Standing there doing nothing when there's a drinking fountain right here. 2 drinking fountains. They just don't do it. That's not my fault. That's not my fault. That's just a poorly made game. I'm providing everything for them, and I have all of that stuff. It's just they choose not to drink it. Hydration need is a problem. Hydration's a problem. Hydration's a problem. Hydration's a problem. Everybody's got hydration problems. Nobody's at the drinking fountain drinking it. You might think, well, use a drink machine. The drink machine is required for the room to be valid. So every single one of these rooms has a drink machine. All of them have it. They're not using that either, okay? They just don't drink. It's just how it goes. I don't think I'm going to have myself punished for that problem. So didn't quite get the health to 0. I was really hoping that was going to happen. Unfortunately, it didn't. So I am going to have to technically say I didn't get that challenge. Obviously, the reoffending rate didn't happen. Everything else, though, we solid. We good. Prison Architect, man. The game is game, set, match. I'm Prison Architect. It's been 9 years of playing this game. I hope you have had as much fun as I have. Thank you so much for watching. For all these years, if you've been here since you're OG. Thank you so much for watching all these years. If you want this save, want to continue it, maybe you can get it down. Maybe you can get that reoffending rate down. I don't know. You can have it. It's linked down below. Thank you very much. We'll see you in the next game, if it ever comes out. Take care. Bye-bye.